This is Randomish. I am Eldridge Alexander, and as always, with me are my sisters, and they are
Dartania Winters
and Denise Highsmith.
And we want you to tune in to Tea Kettle Talk tonight and have a sip and a seat, because do we have a topic for you? Our topic tonight is how to spot a catfish. So, okay, y'all. So this is the deal. What happened is maybe about a week ago, I got this article that came up on Facebook, and it showed where this dude in Texas went to meet some girl, and he was murdered. I don't know if you saw that. I could share the article real quick. I want to just share with everybody out there, because I think it's just that important that we do need to look at that. So let me just, if everybody can bear with me, I'm gonna go out here to Facebook. I'm going to go to one of these save things that I have here, and I will be able to find that video for you. One moment. Yeah, so let's talk about this while I'm looking for the video, just so y'all know. Do you know anybody that's ever been involved in catfishing, or you think somebody that's been a victim of a catfish? Does anybody know anybody like that or suspect it?
I don't know anybody personally.
I don't know anybody personally. I used to really enjoy watching that show. So I have so many, thoughts in my mind about that crazy.
About the whole catfish thing. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see my screen yet. I'm hoping you can. I don't think I'm sharing right now, but let me just share this. Hold on one second. I got it up. Yep, and I want to this is so important that people, especially, the reason why this topic resonates with me is because I have been reading a lot of different Facebook chats and things where people are expressing loneliness, and especially during this time of year. And what happens
is Houston too.
Yeah, and people,
right here,
especially like with COVID and everything, people are more vulnerable, right? So they talked about this thing called the romance catfish scam. And it's where people pretend to be someone that they are, and they get in a supposed romantic relationship, and then something like this can happen. So this is a man who was lured to Houston by a catfish he met online, and he was robbed and killed. In May this happened, and they brought this story up. I saw this story on November the 24th, and I was wondering if this happened in May. I'm sad that I'm just now seeing it. But Deontay,
I know.
Yeah, it's sad. You know, it was May of 2020.
Trying to remember if I saw that story or not.
Yeah, but because Denise, you're in Houston.
Yeah, I'm in Houston. I vaguely remember something about. Yeah, I wonder if she met. Did he meet to go? What did it say? He was going to dinner and stuff.
He met her online, and he was going to Houston to meet her.
Oh.
He's supposed to spend the weekend with her, and he ended up being robbed and killed.
Yeah, what happened is they said that he drove to Houston from Dallas for a weekend with this woman that he met online, or so he thought. He was a 27-year-old father. She lured him there, and at 4:20 a.m., he was shot and killed standing outside of the house of a car. And they gave the address at 10,000 block of Center Parkway, but they said no one knows what happened, or there's, obviously ain't nobody saying anything. But what happened is they said that the family is there now passing out flyers and things like that. But it's unfortunate that,
You know what? I think I saw the story of the family going to trying to investigate on their own, because they never found anybody.
Right.
Found the killer. Yeah.
And the sad thing about it is catfishing is such a really big scam now. You got identity theft, you got catfishing, and this is why it was so important, because the thing that I want to say that we were talking about, Dartania, remember we were talking about how lonely people are as COVID, and remember we were talking about human touch and how people really long for human touch. It's the driving mechanism behind people doing irrational things, one, either to seek the affection or to be the person that gives the affection. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that tonight, about dating in the pandemic and the risk that we're taking, because we need to have touch. So tell me about, just from your own perspective, what is it that you've been feeling as a result of just being trapped? Because we had some.
That's exactly it. Is as being trapped. Like during this whole pandemic thing, and being a single woman, and knowing, I'm a person of touch. So even if I'm not in a relationship, I like to give hugs. I like to embrace people. I like, the little cuddles and things like that. So being a single woman in a pandemic really started to become really, really hard for me, because I was really missing that touch aspect for me. Like I was starting to go into a depression because I didn't have that.
Yeah, because remember we were in the kitchen and we were talking about this, and the whole thing about it is that humans live to be touched. You would die without touch and human connection. This is why they had those people that used to go to the hospital and hold crack babies. I mean, I know that seems like a far-fetched example, but that is the very reason why they had those women go there, because of the failure to thrive. So why would we think when we get any older that we would be any different?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So for people out there that are having a hard time because they're not receiving the touch, what type of coping mechanisms were you able to use, Dartania, that really helped you? And even Denise, being in a relationship with somebody, sometimes your mate just don't want to be bothered, right? So
Don't want to be bothered. Not all the time affectionate.
So
and I've always been. Yeah.
Go ahead, Denise.
No, I was just saying, not all the time affectionate or want to hold your hand or want to always give you a hug. So yeah, you just, want that. Even your girlfriend, your best friend, your kids, just some embrace, just cuddles, yeah. You're
My
missing
sisters
that.
have got through it. Like they could see when I started to go into those deep moments, and we need a sister moment. And I get all my hugs and my love from y'all. So
and that's what I had to do. And it's kind of like, that's why I really want us, I thought we need to be meeting at least once a month. So one of the things that we want to talk about, we're going to talk about the top 10 ways to spot a catfish, but it's so important for people to have some type of a connection with people, no matter what it is and no matter how small it is. But when you can't have that connection, you have to find other ways to cope. And one of the ways that I cope, because I'm not in a relationship, and I'm okay with that right now, but I still need to be able to interact with other people using a mediated device. And I thank the creator every day for Zoom, because back in our day, remember, it was telephone. Remember, it was that thing called a telephone.
yeah,
People even use telephones anymore for
you
the
couldn't
purpose
even
of
video chat and see people. Like just the fact that we could actually video chat and have via video chat now is one great aspect, because Denise is all the way in Houston. You're around the corner, but you're not that far. But we can get on video. What you doing, girl?
Mm-hmm.
And we pour up a drink and we have a conversation. Just having that.
Yes, just want to see your face.
Yeah.
There's a thing called the richness of communication, and that means that the less devices you have in between with each other, you're able to really feel and get all of people's senses. And what's happening now is because people are relegated to just using a mediated device, you're not getting the same emotional, physiological connection. That whatever happens in the body when you get hugged, whatever happens when you're kissed. And even though you can see somebody, the person who's the communication scholar, Morabian, he says that you only give 55% of communication efficacy when you're in chat, which means that we can only feel 55% of the energy that's coming through from somebody. It's hard to get that empath, that feeling. So this is why people are turning to being catfish. So let's take a look real quick at some ways that we can look to spot a catfish. The first thing I'm going to actually do is I'm going to share my screen here so that you can actually see what I'm doing here. Let's see, which one am I going to grab?
I know we were having that conversation. You hit it on the nail. I'm like, we need to talk about that. We definitely need to have that conversation.
Yeah, because you got to have touch. People live for touch. Man cannot live. Do you know that that's what the penal system is all about? You know that, right? That's why they send people to prison and put them in those isolation places, because they know that the worst thing you can really do to somebody is isolate them from their loved ones and from society. Do you remember the movie Life with Eddie Murphy? Do you remember what happened to them when they tried to run away? Do you remember where they put them?
Mm-hmm.
That box that was outside, the open box, in where just you can see everything, but you in this box and it's hot, and you can see everything, but you just
But you can't.
Right.
you can't interact.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they understand the philosophy and the theory and the need, that hunger. There are whole societies where they will ban a person. You're shunned and you're put out of society if you violate those social mores of a society. That's how deep it gets. All right, I'm going to share this with you. All right, I hope you can see my screen again. I have it up. All right, so today, what we really want to emphasize in this episode for everybody is that even though the TV show Catfish is really an exaggerated version of the way the catfish goes down in real life, we know that it still happens, right? There's people out there that really believe that they dating Rihanna. You know, they really date. That they're talking to Obama on the, on chat or whatever it is. And
Right.
the thing is that you got crazy people out there that, or
Crazy,
naughty people. They either bored or they want to get into some mischief. Now, while the whole thought about somebody taking advantage of people when they're at their least vulnerable or their most vulnerable, it just seems like it's horrible to us. But for a lot of people out here, they don't give a damn. They're going to do what they got to do. So you do need to look out for the signs of the person you're chatting with on Tinder, Facebook, wherever you're going, into whatever chat you're going into, making sure that person is real before you do anything. So here's some signs that the person isn't real. First of all, they're not going to do any social media with you. You think about it. You know all those little games that people play on social media where you put your age, your gender in and stuff. They collect information on people. That's why those people stay off of there. And then you notice that they enhanced Facebook so that they could do facial recognition on certain things to see if you was really the person. So, sorry, I don't have Facebook. Yeah, right. I don't know about you, but everybody we know. I know one person that doesn't have Facebook, but
I know a couple of people that don't have Facebook.
Yeah, I know a handful.
She's on LinkedIn though. Okay,
Yeah.
and you can get her on FaceTime on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like you said, there's a few people out there that don't want to be bothered because it took me a while. And I was like, I don't want to be bothered. It's too much.
Right. Or my aunt, some older people feel like, I don't want everybody seeing this. I said, you don't have to be friends with any and everybody. You don't have to accept people. A lot of people still don't understand it. But
how old are these older people?
My aunt, 70.
You was treading on a slippery slope there.
65, 70. No, but some of the 65-year-olds, they don't even want to be bothered. I'm like, it's not anything. It's simple to understand.
Yeah. Don't tread lightly. Tread lightly. All right, the Facebook page seems fake. Yeah, you get a picture with Beethoven and Mona Lisa, and Queen Elizabeth, and Henry VIII. You bound at and that's why I was saying. Remember when we was talking about the Facebook dating app, and we was like, no, if you got pictures of your dog, your car, all these symbols and signs,
right?
Keep going.
Listen, even as even if you're not dating, when I see people on Instagram or Facebook and the picture is like this, or it's a cartoon, or I'm like, I can't see your face, so I'm not trying to be your friend if you don't show me who you are, because you could be a friend from high school. That's 30-something years ago for me. I don't remember what you look like. I don't remember every name. I got to see what you look like. Don't give me no cartoon picture.
And some of y'all don't look like y'all used to look, so don't be sitting with your high school picture. I'll be all lost out there.
Especially that man.
Sending me your picture, then you come and you got 4 stomachs, and the other picture you didn't wear a buckle too. Get out of here.
Right.
Wait a minute. They send you the picture from when they graduated high school or college, and now they're 70.
Yep.
And now they're 70 with 3 rolls and no hair on their head.
Listen, I gotta tell you, it's people that I knew that was younger than me that posted pictures with their kids now. I'm like, you was younger than me? I'm looking at these people like, you were younger than me. They look like I would not have known them, because some of them, they had hair, they don't have no hair.
Right.
Some of them, they had hair, it's white, it's in a different style. Some of them have shrunk. It's just all kind of shit going on. So
right.
I was like, you got to put the real deal up. And it can't be that you're a self-employed writer and a player. That's what it says, playwright.
that's the career right now.
I'm
Everybody
an
wants
entrepreneur.
look.
Everybody's what?
Don't nobody
Entrepreneur.
want real jobs.
Right. Oh no, I'm an okay, bye. That means you broke as hell. Bye. Gone.
Exactly.
And I'm probably
I own my own business.
yeah, that's the other one. Oh, what you do? Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Well, I'm gonna go this way, you can go that way. All right, y'all, let's keep going. They don't want to get on the phone.
No.
Yeah, right. They don't want to get on the phone, sending messages a lot. You're gonna text all damn day. Yeah, by the time it take you to text me all of that shit you trying to tell me, I'm gonna pick the phone and told you. So red flag for me because my fingers tied.
But honestly, if you've been texting with somebody 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, that is why you can't talk to me. A voice, call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is
Right.
It says
very
you can't always
suspicious.
expect that the person you're chatting to on online dating will be willing to call you ever. But if you've been speaking for a little while, like you said, Denise, and it looks like you're gonna meet up soon, then one way to check them on it, ask them to speak to Skype. Or even on the phone. When they say they're shy and not willing, then
Yep. I
hasta
need
luego, baby.
a picture of you. We need the video chat for a little bit. We have some type of conversation other than the text message.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Dartania about this one.
They ask for explicit pictures.
What you think about that one?
How long y'all been talking? Because titties is titties. I don't give a damn about titty pictures. They don't mean nothing to me. It's just titties. They just titties.
Well, in this case, they said before you send over a picture of your boobs, make sure you know for sure that they're not a catfish.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said, like, how long they've been talking, like what they know about each other before you send over a explicit picture.
And they say if they ask you for nudes, then don't send.
You don't want to talk to them anyway.
Right. That they
go
probably,
the other day. Because that's all you doing is out here collecting naked pictures.
And
right.
You've heard about people being blackmailed
Yep.
on social media when those pictures go out. Oh, here's one. Oh, it's more
They're too good to be true.
Yeah.
They normally are.
He was really gorgeous. He had a good job. How many of them Darman videos have we looked at where the person was a fake Instagram person?
Right.
Can I stand
yes.
I take this picture? You know, they faking the funk and then you looking and ain't even really them. So all these Instagram millionaires,
yes,
you got to be so careful. They
all
said
these influencers on Instagram.
Right.
They kill me with that.
They said don't get sucked in right away because everything that looks good ain't good. My mother used to say
ain't
that.
good for you.
That's right. All right, y'all know they're reluctant to meet in real life. That's what the IRL means. Okay?
Yep.
That's because that's the first red flag right there. Like, meet me at the gas station.
We know your ass get gas.
Right.
you go. Let's go to Starbucks. Everybody.
Look, I just want to see what your face look like. Meet me at the gas station. If you real.
Right. Coming in there with looking like Jerome as opposed to Martin. Remember?
Right.
Oh, the ego.
Jerome in the house.
With that one tooth. Got to know what we getting. Okay. They don't want to give you any proof. They said there's some tricks you can use to get somebody to prove they're real. Obviously, you don't want to be super aggressive because they might be a real person and you don't want to put them off with your incessant accusation. Yeah, I'm going to put you off because I'm going to be an incessant accuser. If you've been dating or chatting for a while, it's cool to ask them to prove they're real. You can ask them in a playful way and it can be fun. My daughter said ask for money right away. That you can tell if somebody's a catfish or not. She said, if you're real, send me $10. If you don't, just send it.
Right.
And that conversation ended.
Right.
Because either they thought she was a catfish or they were a catfish.
Right. The other way.
Right.
She was like, just tell them to send you $10. If they can't send you $10, then you know they're a catfish. Because anybody that really, she was like, anybody that's balling like that, really like you, they're going to be like, $10, please. You know, so if they really want to get to know you. So But the one I like to go with is to ask them to take a picture while holding a particular food stuff. It shows they're real with the most important thing, but also that they don't take them tips. No, you could pick up a damn newspaper
See,
with
that's
a
me.
date on it and the city that you're in and put the caption up, and you can hold that up and take a picture for me
Right.
in real time.
Yeah.
I can see the timestamp. Damn, a piece of food. You could have ate that last night when you came in from that drunk.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have asked for it last night. So I get what they're saying in that aspect of it. Like because it's something you specifically asked for. They wouldn't just have it on hand at that moment. Right.
That's good. The particular food stuff. Thank you for Dartania for pointing that out. Go get a piece of bread and bite a whole heart in it and come back with me. And write that mother on camera.
Right.
Okay. The image reveals the truth. This is the real guy from Catfish.
I know, that's Neve.
Yeah, he you know he won Dancing with the Stars.
Did he win? I watched it till 2 days before. That's my mom's favorite show. When I was in Miami, we were watching. I love Neve. But I come to find out he, as a child, not as an adult, he did some acting, dancing, which is okay. But I could not believe he could dance like that.
Oh,
he looked so awkward
on
his show. He just looked like a dorky guy, you know?
It freaked me out too when I heard about it. But sidebar, Jeannie Mai was on there, so I think if
I was sad for her.
I was sorry to see her leave, but I think she would have gave a real good run for that final ball. Nelly came in third place.
And Nelly was good too. To believe that some of these people never ever did that before, you know?
Yeah.
They say it's tough. But Neve, he looks so awkward and dorky to me. He's a nice guy.
He was a hell of a dancer. He was a hell of a dancer.
They said he's a really nice guy with a family with 2 little girls and
So the other thing they said is you can do a reverse search on somebody. One of the tricks.
Search.
Say it again, girlfriend.
All you have to do is a picture search, and it'll tell you how many sites that picture show up on. So if it's a catfish and it's somebody a picture that's been showing up 5, 6, 7, 10 times on all the different sites, it's going to take you to everywhere that picture shows up on a social media platform.
So tell me more about how people can actually.
Yeah, how do you do the picture search?
I think that's so important for people to know.
You can. It's like you take a picture, like if I'm looking for a certain pair of shoes, I take a picture of those shoes or I snip the picture off of whatever page I'm snipping off. Then you go into a picture search.
Okay.
And then Google will search that picture and see if it pops up anywhere else, and it'll pop up wherever that picture shows up, it will pop up and show you where you can find that certain item at. All you gotta do is go into picture search.
So you say if you take a person's picture and put it in picture search, it will go to any site where that person has been.
Yep. And any site where that picture is public. So it'll search for the exact picture that you post, and it'll show you where it is.
Okay.
So you're saying picture search, like you literally go to Google and put in picture search?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. You want me to Google it? I could. I mean, that's easy to do.
Go on there, picture search.
All right. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I really like doing this show, because this is, not only is it fun, but I feel like we provide information that helps people along the way. And like we said, you definitely want to, I went to picture search engine, but you said go to the Google one, right?
Nope, you can go in there. Just push over. I can't, part of your, okay, never mind. I see it. Okay.
So now
you're not searching just Google images. You want to search, put a picture in there and then search for that picture.
Okay. Okay.
Image search.
Well, I won't do
image search. Yeah. So you put the name in and press image search.
So go back up to where I was and put in image search.
Yeah, you see where there's a camera right there?
Right here.
You load a picture there.
Okay.
Search, but you see what it says, search by image.
Got it.
So when you put something in there and you're searching by image, everything that is associated with that image is going to pop up.
As a matter of fact, if you just put in a name, like say whether it's a famous person or a not famous person, you put
type
in the name.
Type in Eldridge and see how you pop up.
Bro, you know I don't want to pop up. I'm gonna pop up. You know.
Let's see how you pop up. How you populate it out through Google. Your name gonna pop up
everywhere. The image doesn't refer, or image is not possibly accessible, which is below.
Wait, go back to Google, like you're putting it in right there, and put your
search by image.
Put your whole name. Click on your name now.
Da-da, da-da, da-da,
See,
da-da.
look, you see us?
We gonna come up as voices randomish because I'm where?
Look, you just missed us. You was just looking on our page. Look at our face. We're like in 3 of those pictures.
You
when
you must
first
be
click.
seeing something.
Look,
Right there, right there. There you
Right
go.
there.
Oh,
Right
there
there.
we are. I told you, but this is what really got me is how I know that we really are out there. Because if I don't even get to put the whole thing in there, and you watch this, that's what's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you ain't gonna never have a problem finding me. They'll know I'm real, so it's not even a problem.
Right.
But that's what literally should happen when you type in somebody's name. You should find any and everything out there. Y'all see how many videos we got out there. So go watch and subscribe and like our channel. That was a perfect segue.
Right.
Thank you, Dartania. We are now up to how many subscribers? A couple of hundred?
269.
269.
Yes.
We need to hit that
Y'all.
500.
Yes. That's what's up. That's what's up. So y'all know we real. Our channel is real, and again, like we bring you information to engage you in dialogue that help enlighten you, uplift, and inspire you. Tonight, the dialogue that we're engaging in is really about your safety and your security. So again, we ask you to subscribe to our channel, like and share, because we are the only channel that asks you
What's your frequency?
Your frequency.
So on that note, we're gonna continue here with the rest of the last 3 top things that you can do to show that you are dealing with a catfisher. Okay, look at this one. They are cruelly, truly telling lies, or clearly telling. Trust your instincts.
Right.
Yes.
If it don't feel right, it ain't right.
It ain't right. Don't force what don't fit.
Oh, I like that, because there was a song that said, if it don't fit, don't force it, just relax and let it go.
Mm-hmm.
So they say even if you're a naive person, you should at some point to be able to tell if the person is telling lies, right?
Yeah.
We've had a lot of experience listening to that over the last 4 years. We should be able to really tell. We're experts now. When people don't finish their sentence, or they shift in mid-sentence and they go to something else and they embellish on everything, and it's all about them, but not really. You can't find any proof. You get it. So don't skip over the lie. Register it. Don't just let it go. If he told you his mama live in Detroit and now he's saying she live in Florida and that's where he grew up, red flag. The same goes if they're telling you fantastical stories that wouldn't I'm getting ready to go to the moon. I'm on the Elon Musk charter ship to Mars next week. Yeah, I invented the telephone. You better watch out. Oh, this is another one.
They're way too eager. Yeah, shit, I had one of those.
Let's put our money together. I love you.
Oh, Jesus.
Day 2.
Let's go. Let's start this business together, huh, Dartania?
Trying to reel you in. They said from the get-go, there's scammers out there who try to get people from money.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get from you might be your attention so they can have a little fun at your expense. So, and then the last thing, super defensive. This person said, I've been catfished. I went to meet somebody, didn't show up. I spoke to somebody later. They said they were catfish. This was an aberrant person, yada, yada, yada. Make sure you feel it, if they say they're real and they don't want to speak and Skype and all those kind of things, he's just saying, just make sure that if somebody doesn't want to speak on the Skype or send you a photo, it's impossible to fake, and they're getting all defensive about it. They probably are a catfish. So we've given you 11 ways to spot a catfish out there. So that, and then some food for thought, just to think about why you might be more vulnerable and susceptible to catfishing in these times. Now, I'm going to give you some tips out here. We're just going to talk before we wrap up for tonight, a few things that people can do to avoid being taken advantage by a catfish. They say, first of all, don't ever send money. Don't ever send them. They said 5 ways to avoid being catfish or being taken advantage on a dating or a social media app. Do your research on the person. Like you said, have them send you a picture and ask them to you do that reverse look up, that image look. And then if they have a profile, check the profile. Like you said, if there's no other post or if there's no other connections or things and it's just a crazy looking page, don't look at that. There's this thing called phishing. And I think I'm going to do a segment one night on the different things in cyberspace that can happen, because I'm talking about phishing, PHISHING, where people call you under false pretenses and say, you know, I'm so and so and so, and you might have had a problem with this. Can you give me your password to XYZ? And
Right. Yep.
so we need to talk about that. Don't ever give out your personal information, passwords to your bank account, passwords to your email, none of that. And some people are vulnerable and they don't know, and they'll do it. The other one is like I said, don't send money. And again, if for some reason they don't want a video chat with you or don't ever want to meet you or things like that, barring the fact that even if they live in another country, there's Facebook in other countries. We've seen it. I mean, they Facebooking in Bangladesh.
Right.
So we know you can Facebook out of Detroit.
You can Facebook out of prison. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. They in jail using computers. Yes.
I'm just saying.
People tell you that old crazy.
Trust me, I know family members. They'll be on Facebook in jail.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so many things that are going on, because you got a point there about the whole thing in jail, because I was reading somewhere where a person was being cyberbullied, and when they traced the IP address, it was coming from a max prison. So if somebody can email you and they don't have firewalls and things that can come to you and bully you in cyberspace, what that tell you about a catfish person? You know, a person that's willing to catfish you, that's their business, that's their livelihood.
Right.
They're gonna do whatever they gotta do.
When you're on those sites, turn your location off.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
That's one that they're not telling you when you're going through all of these questionnaires and they're giving you all these ways. Nobody is saying turn your location off, because all I got to do is ping you and then I know where you are.
You know, that's
specifically where you live, where you are. I mean, not just your city, but they could find you where you're at.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing people forget. Every house has an IP address signal. And when they ping you, it picks up the address. The IP address, for people who don't know, is a unique identifier. It's just like your mailbox outside. It's one IP address to the house. So no matter how many computers you are, IP address stands for Internet Protocol. It's the way that the internet knows to find you and track you on GPS and knows exactly where you're at when you're on a device. There's crooks out there that actually have stuff on their computer, malware, software, all kind of things. That's how they can hack into stuff, and that's the way they find people. I was just looking at something today where it's crazy out here, y'all. Last night I was on, before we wrap up, I just want to share something else. Is it just me, or are people trying to be sensationalized by either killing somebody on Facebook or getting killed on Facebook? Because that tells you about the whole
I didn't really hear about all of that until you was telling us on Sunday about all these things that have been happening, because I'm not on there a lot, so I miss a lot.
Well, a lot of it don't even come through my Facebook. A lot of it comes when I'm doing feeds for like the New York Times, Atlanta Post, and all these different shows, different academic articles and things. A lot of academic articles are tied to news articles, because you need that pop culture information to kind of prove your theory on a lot of things. So sometimes I'm researching things. I was researching something on diversity and inclusion, and the stuff came up, and it was talking about gun violence. And then there was these two videos that were out there, and one was one got killed on Instagram, the other one was on Facebook. And I told y'all that the last two times that I was out there, I was looking for some stuff back when we were doing the Amara Arbery story. And I literally saw a video when I thought it was a video, and it was a live killing of a person on Facebook.
That happened here in Houston, I think this year, late last year.
Was it that, remember the veteran that got shot 10 times? I don't know if it was in your town, but it might have been the one that I saw. It was live on Facebook. So I said that to say this, to Dartania's point, turn off your location, because there's crazy people out here that prey on people and do crazy things. And they don't give a damn about you being live on Facebook or YouTube as a means to stop the crime, right? They don't care. No. People do not care. I've seen stuff where there's live video in people's house and the people know the live video is going in, they're still going in there. You look what happened to Pop Smoke. Live video everywhere. And we know that people don't give a damn about video based on the George Floyd incident. People feel safe to
Right.
do
Yeah.
whatever the hell they want to do. Now it's like, oh shit, you can do whatever you want and film it. It's like, I got to get likes, I got to get ratings. So the reason why we did this show tonight is, one, we want you to be aware of catfishers. We want you to be aware of how to protect yourself. Turn your damn location off. And don't be trying to hook up with everybody that you see out there, because it's okay to be alone. Living alone is different than being lonely. Reach out to your
Right.
girlfriends, your family, whoever it is, but don't be so quick to go online and think you're gonna find love, because sometimes you're looking for love in all the wrong places, and they could be on the app called whatever. I'm not gonna name no apps because I don't want them coming after me and say, you said our app was bad. No, I said it could be on the app called whatever. There's no app named that yet. So,
Right.
all right. So next week when we come to y'all, we want to talk about cyberbullying. Yep, cyberbullying. Because what's happening now is, now that kids are working from home, cyberbullying has increased. So we want to talk to parents about some examples of cyberbullying, how to spot if your kid is the victim of a cyberbully or even being a cyberbully, and what you can do to make it stop. Because 90% of the time, parents who think their kids are not involved in cyberbullying, those kids are the ones who are doing the cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Usually.
So we hope you'll tune in to Voices Randomness next week. We'll broadcast live here on Facebook. You can find our videos on demand on YouTube just by typing in Voices Randomness. And we hope you'll go there and look, because again, we want to bring information that's going to help you in your everyday life. I feel like cyberbullying is something that we really, really need to talk about, because not only that, but have you seen where people are interfering with the students' ability to learn? And that is what is happening. And definitely we need to make sure our students are learning. So,
Right.
all righty, ladies. Well, it's been a blast here tonight. I am going to stop recording. We can hang out here for a minute. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to learn about the 11 ways you can tell you're being catfished, and some ways that you can avoid being catfished, and some ways that you can avoid being lonely during the COVID pandemic. I actually want to read a quote here to take everybody home tonight. And tonight's quote is, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. And on that note, we'll see you next week, because again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. Oh yeah, and then should we give away our gifts next week?
Yeah, next week let's do a giveaway.
We are gonna draw, so make sure you have subscribed to the Voices Randomness channel, because you have to be a subscriber. You need to like us on that page, and you need to share our YouTube page, and you need to go to the Voices Randomness viewers page, join that, like and subscribe, and then you'll be eligible to be in a draw and valued at no less than $100. We're probably gonna pull 2 people like we did last time, because y'all, we had 292 subscribers and we got to hit 300, so we feel like we want to do something.
Woohoo!
Oh, thank you all out there.
Thank
you to everybody that's been tuning us to us. Because again, like we said, we love y'all and we really appreciate you. We'll see you next week, because we want to know what's your
frequency. I saw that.
You saw he said no twerking in the bistro, and
he said, I worked hard and made a lot. I opened this business for people to have a good time, and kind of people to come up in here, and he used the F-bomb.
He sure did.
Out of here.
What did he say? Get your ass out of here, or leave, or something like that.
Get the F out of here.
Get the F out of here. Yeah.
If you don't like it, get the F out of here. That's what
Could you tell, Denise, when you was watching the video, that the people who was eating the food was a little bit tenuous about what they want to stay or go? It was like some people was on the fence. Like some people was offended, but they still was going to stay there and eat the food, because I think they was too embarrassed.
They just ate.
They just skipped. I was tripping, because they sit in the restaurant, Dartania, and he up just about it all in there, and you ain't gonna be twerking in here, and you would take that the fuck out of here. This is the owner of the restaurant.
I had to find it and show you. It was on Instagram yesterday.
Let me see. It was on. What's it on Instagram?
So what's that? What was
that? Dallas. He owns a restaurant in Dallas. But my thing is, Jordan sent it to me on Twitter. So what happened was, they're playing throw that ass in a circle kind of music. Seriously. And that's what one of the comments said. You playing throw that ass in a circle, even though it's a restaurant. What you think? Somebody's going to get up and start dancing.
Right.
He was like,
I'm going
ain't
to
no
throw that
twerking
ass
to
in
be.
a circle. Ah, you know my ass get to bouncing. I be in my seat like, hey.
Yeah, that
Listen,
was okay. I think I found the. I just typed.
My daughter sent it to me. You see it? You found it?
I got it. Girl, I'm gonna play it. Okay.
Show Dartania. She needs to see it.
Okay, let me share my screen with her. No try. Okay, let me get it down here. Okay, let me hit share.
YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Saga, man. It's your boy Red.
Hold on one second. Let me hit my share. Oh, there it is.
Listen, I'm excited about this video today because this shit was funny as hell when I seen it. And I knew I was gonna cook his ass, right? So basically, we got. I don't know if y'all seen this thing trending on social media.
Okay, dude, I don't need you to give me the comment.
Yeah, he talked too much.
I've been through the whole commentary.
Okay, go back a little bit.
Yeah, he went in. I was like, I had my mouth open. Okay, not him. Okay.
Right there.
Yep, I'm fine.
Fuck out my restaurant.
Get the fuck out my restaurant. All right, check this one out. She's gonna give her commentary. I was rolling on this. I was like, what? Talk about
yeah, I saw it.
This is your girl.
I hadn't seen any of the
saw this
comments.
one.
Let me see.
I'm gonna see if this one comes. I don't know if I saw her. If she just giving commentary. Because I don't want your commentary. I could care less about your commentary.
So basically, some people felt like, yes, he has a nice restaurant, but most people were like, you playing twerk music, so somebody might get up, and so what? He's like, I opened an establishment that is a classy restaurant.
Uh-huh. All right, so here it is. Black, no twerking. Oh boy.
Somewhere nice to go, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a come on. Stop the music, please. Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? Yeah. No, real talk. And so all this twerking and shit, taking the crime, taking the pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of our customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves? And you guys are talking on glass here. If you want to do it, get the fuck out my restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it now. Don't do it. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you.
So somebody was actually twerking in the restaurant.
So they were dancing. So it's everybody's eating, but apparently there's a DJ there, or he's playing music. There's definitely music going on, and I guess they didn't show the people dancing, but I guess 2 or 3 girls were twerking.
Because the way he's talking, there was actually people dancing in the restaurant. So stop with the fucking twerk music if you don't want me to shake my ass, or provide me with a second restaurant for me to shake my ass.
Exactly, because he's playing. So if you have such an upscale restaurant, why don't you play the music like when you're at a wedding, when everybody's eating? You know, if that's what you want to see. Why are you over there playing? So he literally was playing something like throw that ass in a circle. The song said ass, somebody told me. So what you expect?
Who twerked the baby?
Get up and throw that ass in the circle.
Look,
ain't nobody twerking the Beethoven.
When I hear that music and I stop, look, I'll be in my seat like this for a minute. I'm gonna get up and be like,
I'm in a restaurant like this sometimes, you know, you raise them a little bit. It's like, hey.
It's a restaurant and bar in Dallas. It's a restaurant and bar, and he expected he was playing upbeat dancing music, and he's mad that they were
play dancing music at a restaurant and expect nobody to want to dance.
Wait, here it is.
That's what
he playing Lil Jon in a restaurant, expecting people not to drop it to the floor. You ain't never seen nobody twerking to Beethoven. So like you said, Denise, if he wanted to play dun, 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 you know, 1812 overture or something, you have to worry about people twerking because I ain't never seen that. But when you playing Back That Ass Up at brunch, people
Exactly.
gonna take notice.
We all gonna be at the table
You
doing
heard the man. You expecting people not to do nothing but you playing Lil Jon at breakfast. I'll be damn. I had to play that one. That was hilarious. I could not, when I saw it, I was like, did he just tell people to get the F out of his? Wait a minute.
Dartania, I know you don't do Twitter, but do you have a Twitter just to look at comments?
I do not.
You need to get a Twitter just to look at comments. So my daughter sent it to me. And if you read some of these comments, most of them is just like us. Don't play that music if you don't want me dancing.
Right.
And then some other fool said, well, you know, he does have an upscale restaurant, but most people said, don't play that kind of music. Play.
But wait a minute. You can say what you say without saying what he said.
That's
because
right.
he could have out there. He could have been respectful about the way that he
approached get the F out my restaurant.
The way that he approached them, man,
Nigga.
you ain't gonna respect for me, so why am I gonna respect your restaurant?
Exactly.
Because he could have came out there, he could have spoke to them politely. Look, ladies, I understand y'all having a good time and y'all enjoying this music. You know, we're trying to keep it right for y'all, but can y'all please make sure y'all not up dancing out y'all seats while y'all in my restaurant? He could have been very respectful in his response, but for him to come out there and tell them to get the fuck out of his restaurant and he don't need their motherfucking money and this, that, and the other, it was completely uncalled for. And it was completely unprofessional.
And I probably never, and even as somebody who wasn't impacted by that or he wasn't talking to me, I might have been put off enough that I really wanted to leave and not come back to his restaurant.
That's exactly. Most of the people around there, they kind of just ignored him, but probably some of them probably said, I ain't going back. They just didn't get up.
And because he could have did that differently. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And he couldn't have to be that loud about it. He did not have to.
He went out there to perform. That's exactly what he went out there to do.
Yep.
He didn't go out there to not make a scene. He went out there and made a whole scene and a whole ass of himself and his restaurant. Because you thinking that this publicity is going to draw people to your restaurant? No, it's going to make people say, I'm not going to that arrogant asshole's restaurant. Fuck him. He don't need my money. Ain't that what he said? He don't need my money. So I'm going to go across the street so I can twerk and I can do whatever the fuck I want to do over here because this motherfucker just told me not to do it in his.
Yep, you're right. And the thing about it is that it's my goddamn money. I'm in
right.
You know, and you just told me that you don't need my money. Okay, I'm good with that. But the way, like you said, he came out talking to people like that.
It's the way he approached the situation, because he could have approached the situation that was happening and he could have came out with class and respect, which would have drawn people to his restaurant.
Right.
He would have had eyes around the door because of the way he approached it.
Yep, I totally agree with you. Cause I had to rewind it back. I was kind of like you, Denise. I believe he dropped the F-bomb.
When I heard that, I rewound it again. I said, am I hearing right? He for real said, okay, wait. I want you to hear the whole thing real good. Watch.
I can pull it up too.
Into buying this building, into developing this concept so Black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a just one. Stop the music, please.
Stop the music, please.
Our people should feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? Yeah, no, real talk. And so all this twerking and shit, taking the prime, taking the pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of our customers are ladies. And I'm going to begin to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are working on last year? You want to do it? Fuck out my restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need you to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Hey.
Ain't nobody move.
No, you know what that reminded me of? Like when your daddy come in, he said, you bet not move. I told y'all to clean that shit up last night. Everybody to do it. You bet not move. Don't let me come in here no more with that shit like that. That's what that reminded me.
I mean, that is so unprofessional. That is so unprofessional.
It's unprofessional. Could have addressed that differently.
Any and everybody don't need
That's
to.
his DJ, because your DJ is what's causing this type of fucking shit anyway.
Right. Did you ask the DJ for the playlist?
Talk to your DJ
Yep.
first before you address your customers, and you tell your DJ, first of all, turn the music down a little bit. Second of all, change the type of music that you're playing, because what you're playing has my customers in here ready to think they in a nightclub. And I want them to come in here and turn up before they go to the nightclub, but I don't need them to actually turn up while they in my restaurant. So we need to bring this approach differently.
Well,
You could have
exactly.
grown folk conversation.
That
with
was
them
him and the DJ.
them like they were goddamn too.
That's why I said it reminded me of a parent coming in saying, "God damn it, I told y'all don't leave these goddamn dishes in the sink no more." And you know, that's literally what it sounded to me, as if a parent.
He was like, "Get the fuck out of here! You know, go to Prime and go to Pink. You can go to Prime.
Get your ass
they
in
go
the
to
room
Prime
if
and
you don't
Pink.
like what I said. Get your ass up and go on in the room if you don't like it. Too bad. I paid the bill here. Because that's
And
what
you ain't gonna eat either. Leave that plate there.
Hello. How many of us had flashbacks from the restaurant experience? Now we all sitting here with post-traumatic stress disorder. He done brought some shit back up for us all.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so
hungry bed.
You had nightmares.
Just had a flashback.
Oh, tell me about it. But I felt it warranted that conversation, because I couldn't believe it when I saw the video. I was like, who does this? So that's why I said, like, as far as customer service in our restaurants, we don't even know how to be about the service of giving service.
He needs a manager. He needs somebody else to speak for him. If he's that great of a businessman, he should have had a manager speak for him, because you don't speak to people like that. I wonder how
I come back tomorrow and it's like, your restaurant didn't used to be here.
Right.
Man.
Because if he had approached that differently, I can promise you that there would have been lines around the corner for people wanting to go to his restaurant because of the way in which he approached this situation.
And now,
but like you said,
he dealt with it now, it has deterred people from going to his restaurant, left a bad taste in their mouth. Like, how you come talking to me like that? When you playing Drop It Like It's Hot. Guess what? I'm dropping it like it's hot. What music told me to do. Your music told me
to back it up and then drop it like it's hot too.
And then
throw that ass in a circle.
Look, don't let me have to get up and go to the bathroom.
Oh, you going to the window, to the wall.
You know, I'm bouncing all the way to the bathroom, like. Damn.
I can't even. That was so funny.
But
all right, y'all. Well, we had some serious tea kettle talk tonight. That was a good one. I'm glad I stopped the recording, but I had to start it again for us to have a segment too, because that was too good. Like to not let it go. I do want to give a shout out to Fashion Nova. I am wearing one of their shirts tonight, so I am a Nova babe. Pound Fashion. They got 90% off right now, so had to mention that shout out. All right, ladies, so we coming back next week to do our cyberbullying, the 5 signs, 5 ways to make the shit stop. Mm-hmm. I am going to call it a night. I'm hoping that people have tuned in to us tonight and have watched us, and I hope that they have had a good time, because I know I did. This was a good topic. I'm cracking my head off on that one. That's a good one. I will sleep good tonight. So everybody, you've been on the Voices Randomist channel, and again, I'm your host Eldridge Alexander, and we're glad you tuned in tonight to join us on this episode of Tea Kettle Talk, because we knew you needed to have a sip and a seat and hang out with us. So until this time next week, we want to know
what's
your
frequency.